to Hammer Dahn!
Dad!
Number one sports gambling show coming out of the Pat McAfee Incorporated offices. I am Tone Diggs.
Atta baby Tone.
Bubba Gumpino.
What's up, Tony?
Bearded Wonder. Canadian sensation.
Hell yeah.
How you feeling today?
Not bad. Not bad night on the diamond, even Steven, you know.
I was 2-2-2.
Yeah, White Sox -1/2. I hate those -1/2s. You end up in a tie after 5. It kind of kicks you right where the sun don't shine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know. I know exactly what you mean, Paul.
Yeah. So I'll always lay the juice to get money line if it's -160 or less.
Yeah.
I'll even go up to -170. I don't mind.
Woodruff.
Yeah.
We knew.
I don't know why I fucking.
We knew Blake Snell wasn't.
I don't know why I hopped on that. It's so fucking dumb.
It's all right. It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
Padres had won 9 in a row.
Woodruff's been dealing all year.
No,
though.
I know.
I mean, same deal tonight. Padres Brewers. You're looking at the same thing.
I know.
I mean, I'm tempted to take them plus half again against Burns. But
Bucks was an easy cover last night.
yeah, that's if the Bucks play like that, they could
Good luck.
go.
Well, they shot the fucking lights out in the first quarter. And then the Nuggets, handedly.
That's going to be a series that it's going to go 7, I feel like.
Mate, you zigzagged on that one, right?
I did zigzag on that one, and I think that might be the play for the entire series.
Oh, you're gonna you think it's going 7?
I do think it's going 7. I loved that series. Went 1-1 last night, 2-2 the night before. So I think I might be even Steven, just like with you guys here. Sucks.
Might be
hate
in the
this.
winner's circle soon, man.
Winner's circle every night. What do you mean?
Oh, I forgot you assholes were fucking. Did you go last night?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
we're probably going to go tonight.
The boys have been going to the local sports book. It's a good place.
It's a good time. They got good food.
It's a good place. The rollover, Hammer Dahn, hashtag FanDuel Hammer Dahn rollover is up to $22.50.
Jeez.
I might participate in tonight. Might throw some out there.
I said 3. 3 grand, I'll go.
Okay.
That's the 3, I'm in.
Pens last night disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, you got to crash the net at some point. You have to. You can't shoot the puck 50 times and let the goalie see every shot.
Oilers, we talked about it.
Jesus.
We talked about it last night. They're down 3-0, and they were favorites last night. How does that happen? They lost. Florida got a win.
Yeah.
Minnesota got a win.
Yeah.
Those series goes on.
Habs let me down.
They did.
Price did all he could do.
That was not Carey Price's fault.
I mean, what more do you
Leafs are
want from it?
-700 to win that series now.
What is it, 2-1?
Montreal's +470 if you like them.
I don't know. The team doesn't have much. They really don't.
They got Carey.
Yeah, but he's got to get a shutout every night, man.
Vegas is -650 now. Wild's +430. Penguins are +240 to win that series. Before we get into, we got a guest, an NBA guest here at 4:15. You want to do a little MLB before we kick that off?
Yeah, we got 15 tonight.
15 games.
God
We might as well
damn.
kick off a little bit of schedule here for 5 minutes before we have a guest. Arietta and Cody Ponce is Cubs and Pirates. I did not take anything here.
No, I don't love this year. I don't think Ponce has started this year. I don't know if he's started ever.
No.
Arietta 4-4 with a 4.47. I'm not laying the juice to take the Cubs here.
I was on the same side as you there. The next game is the Philadelphia Phillies, Miami Marlins. A game that was supposed to go last week, I believe. Sandy Alcantara and Vince Velasquez. Vince Velasquez was scratched.
Yeah, so he left his start against the Red Sox after 1 1/3.
Yeah, then he was scratched right before the Marlins game. I think was a week ago or whatever. Because remember, I had taken the Phillies, or I had talked about taking the Marlins, and then didn't want to because of Velasquez, and then he got scratched late, and the Marlins won.
Yeah.
He has numbness in his throwing hand, in his fingers. I'm gonna take Sandy Alcantara in this one. I got Miami -135 first 5. I believe it has moved since then. So you're gonna have to pay probably a little bit more since then. But I trust Sandy Alcantara more than I do Vince Velasquez. Vince Velasquez in this matchup, it's currently minus 152 on the money line.
Yeah, I'd lean that way with you, Tone, but I just don't.
You know me. Marlins have treated me well all season long.
Alcantara just had that one bad start, really, or his ERA would be under 3.
Cincy at Washington. Tyler Mahle and Max Scherzer. Scherzer's a stud, but I didn't want to lay the 205 here against the Reds.
No, and I'm not laying -0.5 on Mahle, who, besides his last time out, has been good.
I know.
His last time out, 2 innings, 7 earned, but I mean, Scherzer, his last 4, 26 and a third, 4 earned, 38 Ks. I mean, I wouldn't fault you for taking Nats -0.5.
There's a way to go when you take these big dogs, because Tyler Mahle hasn't been that bad, but Scherzer's been so good that this is not one of those spots that I want to do it at.
No.
Steven Matz and Corey Kluber going for Toronto and New York. I looked at every single way possible to take the Jays here because they have been so good hitting the ball recently, and Kluber's coming off a no-hitter, which sometimes I like to fade the guys coming off no-hitters. I just couldn't trust Steven Matz in this match.
Yeah, after starting well, Matz just hasn't been very good since.
How about your guy Chucky Morton going against your Boston Red Sox? How do you feel about that?
Taking the +0.5 with the Red Sox. Morton, his last time out, was good. 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned, 8 Ks. But Richards, his last 5, he's gone at least 5. His last 2, 12 and 2/3 with 2 earned.
You're going against Chuck Morton?
I'm going to take Richards in the Sox +0.5.
You know the ghost of Chucky Morton's going to come back to bite you in the ass tonight, right?
I know, but the Sox, I just feel like, are the better team, and I like getting +0.5 at home.
I looked at this. I thought about taking it.
If it was the other, if Chucky Morton was getting +0.5, I would lean that way.
Atlanta hasn't been great hitting right-handers lately. So, I mean, Boston was the way to go, but I didn't want to go against Chuck for some reason in this spot.
I don't love it.
Cleveland at Detroit. Aaron Savali versus Tariq Skubal. I am taking this one.
Yeah.
I'm taking Savali -134. Savali he's just been the better pitcher.
Yeah, there's no reason not to take the Indians here. I mean, Skubal has last time out 5 innings, 2 earned, but a 5.45 ERA against a guy who's 6-1. His last time out went 7. I mean, yeah, I like Cleveland.
Savali's 5-0 with a 2.4 against Detroit too.
Yeah.
He's given up. He's gone 14 innings and given up 4 runs versus Detroit this season. So I got Cleveland at -134. Do you remember where you got him at?
Probably around the same. I hopped on it as soon as I woke up.
They're
this morning.
144 now.
Yeah.
So the line is moving that way. Let's get to another baseball game here. Kyle Freeland makes his return. DeGrom makes his return too.
Yeah.
Slightly different situation here, though. DeGrom is a huge favorite in this one, if I remember correctly. I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah. Anytime he takes them out, it's absurd. I mean,
there it is. He's -260.
Yeah.
Kyle Freeland used to be a really, really good pitcher.
Very good.
But I'm not taking him in this spot.
No.
Are you?
No, I'm not touching it.
Either side. Let's go. One more game here, and then, Jay, if you could call him, that would be awesome. Brad Keller and Rich Hill.
Yeah.
KC at Tampa Bay. No, I didn't touch this one.
No.
Why didn't I?
I was Rich Hill, his last 3,
I think
18
Tampa
and
Bay was too
2/3,
much.
1 earned. Yeah, it was -180 this morning and moving. So.
Tampa was the way that I wanted to
Yeah.
go, -200 now.
Brad Keller's last 3 have been decent too, so that's why I'm not going to lay -0.5 with the Rays.
Tampa has been hitting the ball very, very well
Yeah.
as of late. So, but I didn't want to lay the 200 there. Let's change gears a little bit, Paul. Is that all right with you?
Go on.
Is that all right?
Go on.
Friend of the show, second time on, was in a beautifully landscaped backyard in sunny California last time we had him on. NBA handicapper for NBC Sports Bet the Edge Pod, at whale_capper on Twitter. We welcome back to Hammer Dahn, Drew Dinsick. Welcome back.
Had a baby whale.
Thanks for having me back, guys. I'm sad to hear that you don't have faith in Dick Mountain enough to lay the -200. What's going on?
I can't do it. They never score for him, dude.
That's true. I laid the 1.5 for Dick Mountain today. I think he gets it done.
Do you get into baseball a lot, or just because you are hosting a show that you have to do it?
B.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. That's how we kind of started this season, and then It's kind of worked out pretty well. What's your takeaways so far? NBA playoffs. Any big takeaways? Anything that's changed your mind
the
on
Eastern
series?
Conference? I feel like the Nets are the big winners so far. I thought some of the coaching decisions, some of the limitations of the bench for Philadelphia already showing up against the woeful Wizards. That's a problem. Similarly, the Milwaukee Bucks, although they looked amazing last night, covered the number with ease.
Yes.
There are still a couple limitations. They're giving up way too many three-point attempts. And, Miami's just not hitting them this year. Honestly, Miami probably a decent play in Game 3. It's a short number already, but I still think Milwaukee's ability to allow teams too many opportunities from three is going to ultimately be their demise. And against a team like the Nets, I think that's a bad recipe right there. So I think the Nets were the big winners from weekend one, just kind of seeing some of the problems we knew were potential for Philly and Milwaukee kind of manifest already. And then on the Western Conference, man, this thing is wide open. Mm-hmm. I really am struggling to put my finger on who's going to come out of this mess. In the last couple of days, really before Portland, kind of laid a little bit of an egg last night. I thought maybe the Blazers might steal the West. I put a little down on them at some big numbers yesterday, just because it looks to me like the Lakers are vulnerable in this first round series. And even if the Lakers get through, it's not going to be without sustaining a little bit of damage. Similarly, the Clippers are probably going to get through the Mavericks, but they're going to take some damage. Meanwhile, Portland, I do think, I'm having trouble finding a better closing five across all of the NBA right now than the five guys they can put on the floor at the end of games. So pretty much any kind of coin flip sort of end of game scenario, I would lean in advantage of Portland. And so I think they were kind of the big winners of the seeding and how some of the struggles we've seen so far from the Lakers and the Clippers.
So I think it was last week when the NHL kicked off, like the Bruins had lost game one and there were a couple other teams that lost game one. So then the series price betting was kind of in their favor. So right now the Clippers is down to minus 154. The Lakers is minus 118. The Knicks are plus 194. I'm not saying they're a better team than the Hawks, but the series started off at even money pretty much either way. Any of those three series, do you think you could potentially take the team that's down 1-0 to win the series?
Yeah, I think for sure the Knicks, the fact that these two teams that is a razor close series. I think that one's probably going 7. Game 7 will be in the Garden. They're going to be minus 125 favorites if it gets to that point in the series. So taking them at almost 2-1, or if you can, 2-1 is a favorable price to back the Knicks at this point. And you're counting on them obviously winning game 2. If they lose game 2, that's a series bet's probably lost anyway. But assuming they can win game 2, assuming they can take one of the games in Atlanta, that likely goes 7. So I do like that number for the Knicks. And I think I would fire away on Clippers. I think the Clippers are going to figure this out. They just have so much more talent top to bottom. I believe in the coaching staff's ability to kind of move the pieces around, kind of solve the jigsaw puzzle to a degree in terms of how to defend Luka and how to get their offense going. There were a ton of fluky things about that game 1. That I don't think really tells you much about the strength of those two teams against each other. So the Clippers, I think, are a fair play at the reduced price. Lakers, I think you got to wait till game 3. The Suns team played a heck of a lot tougher than I expected. DeAndre Ayton matched up relatively well against Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis a little hesitant to get physical. That could manifest as a problem here in game 2, because if he's not getting to the line, if he's not getting his free throws, they're going to have a tougher time because their offense is just stuck in the mud right now. So I would say I didn't pull the trigger on a Lakers series price yet. I'm going to wait and see if they're down 0-2 heading back home. But I did fire away on Clippers and Knicks.
Yeah, Drew, just to go back to the Clippers, how do you come out that flat game 1 knowing like how bad everything went?
Especially after last year.
After last year, you know what I mean? Like Clippers probably will get through, but isn't that concerning that they came out that flat to start the playoffs?
Absolutely. It may not matter in this series, but it is concerning that these aren't guys that have kind of killer instinct, like it's tough to quantify specifically what it is about LeBron that he can just kind of gut his team, even if they're, think back to like the kind of last couple Cavs teams that LeBron had. Yeah. He dragged those just awful lineups, awful rotations, dragged them to the finals. I think that was mostly just out of will he willed them there, and it doesn't seem like Kawhi really has that in his DNA. It definitely doesn't seem like Paul George has that in his DNA.
No.
And I don't know who the leader is going to emerge on this team. It might end up being Rajon Rondo for all I can tell you. He at least has a couple rings and some moxie that he could probably inspire these guys. But we had a lot of questions coming into this series about exactly who the closing five was going to be for the Clippers. Who are their best five players? They don't know yet. It's obvious after seeing Game 1 they don't know yet. And I would guess that they eventually figure it out this series. But this is not. It's not going to be as easy as you would have thought. Before we saw them play Game 1.
Yeah, it felt like Kawhi had that with the Raptors. That's why it's kind of so weird. But I guess you could say some of that was Lowry, and even Van Fleet stepped up huge for him too.
Great point. That's a great point. Those veteran guys that had the ball in their hands on a lot of possessions. The Clippers don't really have that. It's the only guy and actually, what was the most shocking thing about Game 1? Super low possessions. Clippers almost no turnovers. The Clippers had their normal offensive efficiency is like 120-ish, which is very, very, very good. But yet they still only had 103 points. It was kind of weird. And I would point to the fact that, you can turn some of that up, right? Like, you can turn your defensive intensity up. You can force some turnovers. You can force the pace on the Mavericks, who obviously want to play slow. And I think they turn all those knobs tonight, and it should result in a better outcome for them. But for sure, it felt like late in that game, it felt like Kawhi was just gassed, and asking him to be the guy on offense to do all of the hard work. It's wearing him down to a degree. So they got to find another way to get to have some sets that Paul George sets up for himself, or get Rondo out there for the more meaningful minutes so he can share some of the load of creating offense for that team, because you're going to need a lot of Kawhi minutes for this playoff run if you expect to win a title.
So looking at that game tonight, 7.5. I don't want to take the 7.5 either way, because I think the Clippers could come out, they could dominate, or they could lay an egg again. I honestly could see it either way. Is there any value? Have you looked at maybe a first quarter line, first half line on the Clippers tonight potentially?
Yeah, both fair looks. There's a handful of things that are going to regress to the mean for the Clippers. More of their three-point shots are going to go in, especially some of the open looks that they got.
Yeah.
Mavericks aren't especially amazing at defending the three. That was fluky. The pace is going to be quicker, and for sure you're not going to get as big of a stinker out of Marcus Morris as you had in Game 1. So all of that stuff regresses back to the mean, and in some way, shape, or form, I think you can you can be pretty confident that over is a fair play at 215.5.
Okay.
If you don't want to lay 7.5, I don't disagree with you. Like, this has gotten real high. You could have had 6 yesterday, 6.5 this morning. So it's drifting fast. But the Clippers team total still has value in my opinion to the over, and then the full game over as well. The first half, there's a premium, right? You're seeing 7 for the full game, 5 for the first half. But that's tempting. But it definitely reflects the idea that you're going to get an absolute A+ out of everyone for 24 minutes of basketball, and that's possible, maybe even likely. But I'm going to steer clear of that and just see how they come out.
Go ahead, Mitt.
For the Nets game, I've been liking taking Boston's unders. I think they've been playing good defense. I know Brooklyn can score at will. That game, it only got to 200 last time they played. Over-under was at 233. It's still high at 227, I think is what it's at. Did you like any plays there?
Yeah, if I was going to take anything, it would be an over, and it's mostly this is super narrative, speculative. So kind of keep in mind that I'm looking for something here. But it felt like the Nets really kind of made a point in Game 1. People told us we couldn't play defense all year. We'll show you playoff defense, right? They were aggressive switching. And I really only counted maybe 1-2 true blown assignments, when in a normal Nets game there's 10, right? And so it literally felt like okay, the defensive intensity is up. We're playing playoff defense here, and it didn't hurt that the Celtics looked like the much more fatigued team. In the second half, they weren't even trying to take threes. They were just let me just try to get to the basket. Hopefully they'll call a foul. You know, like it really felt like the Celtics kind of ran out of gas in that game. Pretty clearly, you know, that was a super physical game against the the Washington Wizards to get into the playoffs. And I would expect that this one's a little bit more wide open. Defensive intensity drops a little bit for the Nets. Guys like Kemba Walker should have a better performance. He was kind of thrown off by a couple of fluky fouls. He's not usually a guy that's committing those sort of fouls. So I would expect you see more minutes from Kemba. He can take a little bit of the offensive pressure off of Jason Tatum, and presumably Jason Tatum can get some more of these guys involved. Like he is kind of settled into way too much ISO. I think with a couple of days now for them to rest and get their legs under them, and Brad Stevens to implement a couple of tweaks in how they're running their offense, you're going to get a little bit better offense out of the Celtics. Not so much that I would back their team total over, but I do like the full game over because the Celtics defensively have no answers. Like Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and Kevin Durant can all ISO against their individual defenders and come up with whatever they want in the series. So those guys could get to 130 if they turn up the pace a little bit. So I think full game over is a fair play. I wouldn't take the points with the Celtics, and I wouldn't lean too hard on an under just in case the Nets decide to pull the rug on you from a defensive standpoint.
I completely agree there. So we have loved the Suns all season long. Just like everyone else, they've made a lot of people money this year. And I think they're a good team. I honestly do. But there's this thing, it's happened in the past with LeBron, where game one, they stink. And then the rest of the series, they're fine. So I am too afraid to take the Suns, plus now just moved to +2, back to +2 tonight. Is that a legitimate worry? Are you going to back the Suns tonight, or are you just going to see how this one kind of plays out?
We're in the exact same headspace there.
Yeah.
Literally everything I saw in that game one was the Suns should come out and be favored in this spot, and now you're getting 2 free points. Like if you want, like they're preying on the fact that a lot of people saw the pattern last year in the Western Conference playoffs. LeBron, he's playing chess. That's like his kind of mindset to how these playoff series go. He's like, I'll let you make the opening move. I'll see what your team has. We may make adjustments in game one and beat you, but, we're not really going to put all of our cards on the table and really, show you who we want to ultimately be in this series in game one. And that felt very, very true for what we saw for them. Like his effort was like really kind of suspect.
It was.
And, I
he's coming off that tequila party.
I didn't get it. And especially like after Chris Paul gets hurt, like they never really tested him. Similarly, DeAndre Ayton was just absolutely dominating, and they didn't even really try to come up with an adjustment. So it did feel like a lot of game one was Lakers like, okay, Suns, get it out, give us your best shot. Like we'll see what you put it on tape, and then we'll come back with adjustments for game two. And so in the back of my head, I was like, there's something potentially surprising that we don't really know about this game. Could be the refs, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean,
seriously.
I think the fact that Anthony Davis only got 5 free throw attempts and really never got into rhythm offensively was a pretty serious problem for them because they are kind of limited offensively as a team anyway. Similarly, Kyle Kuzma was just a joke in game one. He's going to have to completely vamp up, step up his game if he's going to be a contributor off the bench. My headspace is basically exactly what you described, which was like, Suns have been amazing. They're consistently underrated by the market. There's a premium on the Lakers in this game because they're preying on the fact that everybody assumes the Lakers are going to come out and win because they have to. But I don't know that they can. And I think if Chris Paul, if I knew he was 100% healthy and he was going to be able to dribble with his right hand, I'd probably fire away on the Suns. But I'm just going to watch instead.
Drew.
Oh, sorry, Tony.
No, go ahead, Mitt.
And just to your point on AD, how do you think they can really get him involved in the offense and get him really working? Like, is it just bench and Drummond for the series? Like, they seem like they can't play together at all.
Dude, if there's any rumor or news or insider information that they're going to bench Drummond for the series, fire away on Lakers. Like that's I'm waiting for it, man. Like maybe he gets injured or surprised. Like the opposite stories are coming out. Like he wants more minutes. It's like, oh no, like this can't be. And so it's concerning as someone who has a couple of Lakers futures at some really nice prices. I would like to see less Drummond, and I don't even know if that's AD's problem. It's not like he's in the wrong part. It's not like the spacing isn't good when Drummond's on the floor with AD. It's just that AD doesn't really want to get in the mud. He doesn't want to necessarily go, toe to toe, physical, push it around. against a guy like Ayton, he's happy. Oh, let Drummond do that. I'll just stand out and bombs away from three. But his 3-point shot is not falling right now. It doesn't even especially look good. And so that if his 3-point shot starts to fall, then I'm not as worried about having Drummond minutes. But for him to be the most effective Anthony Davis, he needs to play 5. He needs to get physical, and he needs to force the issue at the free throw line, because the good Lakers that we've seen with AD and LeBron is 11, 12 free throws a game from AD. And when he is aggressive, when he's assertive on the offensive end, he can get that in a half of basketball if the refs are willing to give it to him. So I would expect that they turn up the intensity a little bit in terms of what they're asking him to do around the basket, force the issue, get some fouls. If you're seeing passive AD, then I'm probably looking for a lot of spots to fire away on the Suns tonight.
Awesome. Drew, we can't thank you enough. Find him on NBC Sports Bet the Edge Pod, at @whale_capper on Twitter. Drew, we can't thank you enough. Good luck tonight.
Best of luck, fellas.
Thanks, Drew.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you, Mr. Capper.
A lot of good information there. Love when Drew comes on. Mitt, how do you feel about your Lakers tonight?
Tony, I am honestly not feeling that great, man. I'm going to definitely take them with the points. 2 points, we'll take them, but it is definitely a homer pick for me here. All signs are pointing to the Suns winning. But, I mean, LeBron might turn it on, drop 45 tonight, and Anthony Davis could turn it on and shoot 6 for 6 from 3. So let's go.
Good.
Absolute stay away game.
Yeah, I think it's a stay away night maybe for me in the NBA.
LeBron and AD could come out, just ball out, and Paul could still be banged
anything could
up.
happen. Anything there. Anything could happen. Clippers, Mavs.
But if you look, LeBron and AD look disinterested against the Warriors.
True.
They should have lost that
True.
game. It's been a while since they've been the Lakers.
I agree.
But that being said, it
Could
could happen.
1,000%. All right, let's switch gears a little bit. Nicky Skates is in studio
Out of baby skates.
with his playoff hair. Looks great, by the way.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
great, dude.
How do you feel?
What's left of it?
How do you
Feel all right. Last night wasn't too bad to us. Winnipeg, the Peg, closing out the series, took care of everything.
You like the Leafs as well.
Did like the Leafs. Gumpy, anything to say?
I mean, what do you want? Carey Price can't score. Guy did everything.
Are the Panthers back in that
Carey
series?
Price can't score, but Tristan Jarry sure can.
Yeah, he could.
Put it in his own fucking net, basically.
I still think that's going 7. I know you guys don't think so, but
It's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very,
show
very,
some
very
fucking
tough.
heart, boys.
We've been here before.
There's nothing they've done in the past
Correct.
2 to 3 years that makes me warm and fuzzy about
Nobody
going to play Game 6,
rallies
an elimination game in
the
a Coliseum.
troops like Jeffrey Carter.
I mean, I love Jeff Carter, but could have used one last night, Carts.
Might be
Boy,
running out of gas.
that was tough to watch, but we're moving on.
Do the Wild or Panthers have a shot in their series?
Hey, what did I say about Spencer Knight? Now, granted,
You
I
did.
did say to bet on the Lightning just because, but I've been banging the drum for Spencer Knight to get in here. Gumpy said, "Oh, you got to put Bob in."
dude.
Bob's
fuck.
dead. Okay,
Bob stole a game.
Bob's dead.
Bob stole a game.
But he didn't steal. He came in the back end of a game, made 9 saves.
9.
Bob's dead.
How many shots? 9.
How many did
Stood on his
you
head.
see Spencer Knight last night?
1 win each.
You saw.
1 win each so far.
You saw.
He's
Spencer.
got to win another one
Spencer
to be
the
better
White
than
Knight.
Bob.
You saw him last night.
He needs another win to be better than Bob.
36 saves. They might be able to eke out one more. I said from the beginning.
See what the series
I thought it
prices
was
are.
going to go 7, and I thought Florida had a chance at an upset.
I know.
No, I didn't know they'd have the goalie situation.
They went down
that they had.
2-0, which didn't help either.
If the Wild take it to 7,
Wild plus 430 on the series.
they will.
Panthers plus 340.
If they
on the
go
series.
7, I think the Wild win it.
I don't trust the Wild to pull it off. I like Vegas.
Do you like Vegas
Florida,
in 6?
Florida, Spencer Knight's just such a wild card thrown into the mix now. It's like, can Tampa figure him out? He's got no pressure, right?
No.
He's
No
just
pressure.
going out there with house money trying to win games.
Especially
So,
now that he's had a performance like that.
that's what I mean. I don't know, boys. I still like the Vegas. Florida, I mean, maybe they're worth a sprinkle just to sit for some shits and gigs. That's awfully tough.
Carolina's minus 240 in a tied series.
I think you're going to see. I've struggled with this one. I really wish I had a coin for this game today, but I'm going to take Carolina tonight.
Rest
minus 120 in reg.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, and I'm also going to take the over in this game. I think this is going to be a series where the home teams really have the advantage in the crowd. Even though we talked about yesterday with Consig, and he's crowd, they're not shooting the puck in the net, but like it matters. It matters, and I think it matters because Carolina, they're going to have 10,000 people in the building. And as raucous and wild as Bridgestone Arena was in Nashville, Carolina, people don't know this about Carolina. Like, they tailgate like it's a NASCAR race for these hockey games.
Hell yeah.
They get down there
Might as
all
well be
day.
in Charlotte.
They sit out in the parking lot. They booze it up, and they go hard.
Coca-Cola 600.
The one thing that worries me is I look at a couple models to research these games, as you guys do as well, I know. And the one has Nashville winning tonight, and it's the one that had the Jets winning every single game in that series against Winnipeg.
Nashville's plus 166 tonight on a money line.
Yeah, so something to think about. But I'm going to take Carolina in regulation, minus 120, and I'm going to go over at 5.5. 3 of the 4 games in this series have gone over.
So you would then, ideally,
I'm sticking with the trends.
Not ideally, but you would say that maybe the minus 240 for Carolina to win the series. What the fuck are you doing here?
Hello.
You already killed the Penguins. What are you doing here now?
Talking about continue. I don't want to interrupt whatever you're doing. I just wanted my presence to be felt, so you know I have a pick tonight.
Okay.
Your presence is always felt.
Thank you. I didn't know if you were still going on hockey. Oh, what? Sounded like one.
What sport is your pick tonight?
NBA.
Okay. We'll get to you.
Right.
Yep.
Listen, there's only 2 games. Can you at least let me get through this before you come in here? And
I didn't hear what was going on. I didn't want to make this a scene. I didn't want to make this about me.
You did.
All right. I just wanted to sneak in here and then let Nick finish on his hockey, and then I'll give my pick.
It's nice of you. Thank you, Foxy.
Some would say, Gump would probably say, if the Avs were going to win a game at week tonight, they're going back to back.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm going back to Toronto. Okay. We're hammering the Leafs again. They're minus 115 in reg. You could even go puck line, I think, plus 146. But I'm going to go under in this one as well. Under is at minus 118 right now.
How do you feel about that, Carey Price?
Carey Price is going again.
Of course he is.
He's got old legs.
That's all we got.
He's got old legs.
Jake Allen
Steal one.
Jake Allen played pretty good this year. Some would say played better than Price.
You ain't putting Carey Price. You ain't taking Carey Price out of a fucking net. Dude.
Put Jake Allen in Carey Price's stratosphere.
I'm just saying. Semyon Varlamov had a 940 save percentage. Everyone thought he was going to win awards and maybe win a Vezina. And he stinks in the playoffs. And then Sorokin comes in. The guy's unbeatable. He's like frozen.
Yeah, but you saw he was doing full splits last night on TV.
He was unbelievable.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Leafs goalies do.
All right, so you like the Leafs and Hurricanes tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Stay there because we got hockey calls. I just want to get this over with. Fucking the Mickey Mouse Fade Foxy pick of the night.
Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse. I'm the hottest gambler on this show.
That's
I'm
not
100% when I come on this show in the last 3 months. All right. Is that only 2 picks?
I don't have the brain power to dispute you on that because my memory's shot, but
I picked the Lakers in the play-in game. Boom. Beat the Warriors. Cover.
They didn't
cover, but sure.
No, I picked money line. Sorry. So they did cover.
Did you?
Yeah, I said Lakers. I didn't say minus 2. Nope. Check the tape. Check the tape.
Okay.
He did.
Count it. And then also, I picked the Pens. Pens won that game.
You picked for the win the series, and you ruined it.
No, because they won that game.
He was yelling all kinds of things. He said puck line,
are
money
actually
line.
begging me to bet on the Penguins because I probably bring them good luck
I don't
and
think
bring
so.
the city of Pittsburgh good luck.
I've been there.
But I won't go down that road tonight because they're not playing.
Oh, now you won't? You won't do it now?
Maybe tomorrow. Are they playing tomorrow?
I don't even care. At this point, I don't care what you do anymore.
What? I mean, it might help. Last time I bet on them, they won. I mean, you tell me.
You don't want a Foxy bet to end your season.
It already has.
No, I won you guys a game.
We've been through
I
this
won
for
that
football
game
season.
for you.
He torpedoed an 11-0 start to football season. I've never seen anything like it.
That was unbelievable.
That was absurd.
That was unbelievable. But maybe the Penguins, I bring them good luck. Anyway, I'm the hottest gambler on the show right now. And I have never felt so confident about a pick. And I'm going to tell you why. All right, game 1, LeBron James, playoffs, Lakers. You know LeBron never wins game 1, but what does he do in game 2, Tone?
Sometimes he wins.
He always wins.
Unless he's playing the Dallas Mavericks in the finals.
I guarantee the Los Angeles Lakers win tonight. They're -2. You hammer that. There's no way LeBron's losing 2 in a row.
You don't want to take the money line, or?
And there's no way they're going down 2-0.
Going, you -2?
-2.
Don't want money line.
Let's
Go
go.
money line
Safe.
this time. I know they're going to cover. I think they're going to
respect
win
that move.
by a lot.
Do you think LeBron plays well?
LeBron will have probably just a casual, like we're just watching LeBron like he always does. We'll give him a 24, 11, and 9 game tonight. That's what LeBron's going to do.
4, 11, and 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Can't get that.
So not 30 points and the Lakers to win. That's plus 600.
Ooh, no. If that was Anthony Davis, I would say yes.
Anthony Davis 25 and the Lakers to win is plus 230.
I like that more. I
Hey,
think he's
when's
going to come
Dennis
back.
Schroeder going to show up?
I mean, I don't think they're expecting him to do that much. I just think he needs to be a facilitator. I think he needs to help get the ball around and then score when he can. When LeBron's on the bench, maybe get a couple buckets. They need AD, though, to
They
play
missed
good this
playoff
game.
Rondo.
They do miss playoff
They miss
Rondo.
him.
He's awesome. He was incredible last year on that run.
So
I
good.
said it the whole time. He was so valuable
So
for them.
good.
I think that is. I really do think that is missing on that team.
All right, so LeBron's I'm trying to find his points are 24.5 over under.
Wow.
So what do you think?
I said 24, didn't I?
I think you did.
Give him 25.
Scumbag taking
that
the
was going to be
under.
so close.
Over under 7.5 rebounds.
I have the over for that.
And then his assist, LeBron James assist, over under 8.5. You had him at 9, I believe.
Wow, that's incredible.
On the button.
Yeah. Hammer all those overs, though. I think they're going to win tonight.
All right, let me see if
See,
you,
I wouldn't be surprised whatever happens in this game. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers smoke them, and I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron and AD look like they don't care again.
If the Lakers lose, I think it could be pretty much over. I should not say that. That's the dumbest
But I
thing to ever
also,
say,
like-
though, because the Warriors, LeBron had him at 3-1 and came back and won.
Chris
So I don't know why I would
Paul,
ever
Chris
say
Paul
that.
is also far from 100%.
True.
Like,
I just
he
don't
was,
see.
He was shooting like he was fucking throwing a shot put. the
I don't
other
think there's
night.
any way AD has that bad of a game unless he legitimately is nagging from that injury still.
He might
They
be.
should
He
start,
could, which is very possible.
Foxy.
start drumming on the bench.
LeBron over 8.5 assists, over
Yep.
7.5 rebounds,
Yep.
over 24.5 points, and the Lakers to win
What do you got?
plus 679.
Yeah. Let's go. I like that.
Let's go.
I like
Fox
that
is
a
the
lot.
hottest gambler on
We're
Hammer
hammering
Dahn.
all of it.
All right, Foxy. Hey, thank you.
Thank you guys. Sorry
Thank
for
you,
interrupting.
Foxy. No, you're good. You come in here anytime, pal.
Go on, Foxy.
That's a real treat.
Thank you, Foxy.
Foxy.
Let's go. Fox is the hottest gambler on Hammer Dahn. Let's go. Plus 600 right now.
Shut up, man.
Mute his stupid fucking mic, dude. Be a fucking idiot. James from Toronto, what do you got?
There we go.
Hammer Dahn, boys. How we doing?
Good, how are you?
What's up, James?
I'm good. I hope everyone sprinkled on that Colorado sweep because it's a nice little payout.
It was a nice little
That
payout.
was sick, man.
Yeah, and picks for tonight: Hurricanes money line, Leafs money line, Morgan Riley over 1.5 shots. The guy's had 10 shots in his last 3 games.
I like the shots props.
And then on FanDuel, they have Pittsburgh to win the series at plus 240. They got the greatest player of all time on their team. He's not going to go down without a fight
You're right,
that's
Jimmy.
true.
That-
Attaboy, James.
for a nice payout.
Thank you, James.
See, he knows Jeff
Fair.
Carter's going to get
Very optimistic of James. I like
I think
that.
Morgan Riley's going to hit the fucking net twice tonight.
Yeah. So you can't do those props on FanDuel, unfortunately. But
Oh, that's a shame.
so that's why I don't really give them out that much. I probably should. I should just look at others and do it. But yeah, like Morgan, he's the guy on the back end for them. He had a snipe last night,
Yeah.
so he's going to be feeling good. He's going to be playing a little swagger,
Fucking
a little
not a better
confidence.
snipe than Rusty.
It was a better snipe than Rusty, but Rusty had a nice little bomb from the point there.
Letang
Sid did drop them,
buzzing
so you know
last
Sid
night.
wasn't.
Well, the tank fucking stunk in the game before that. So
No, dude, he's been
and so
buzzing
did
all
Malkin. They
series.
both bounced back. They're big bounce back players.
Yep.
Hopefully,
Well said. Look at you. You know hockey.
I know
see?
the Penguins. I fucking grew up with Malkin and Letang. We were hanging out.
Malkin.
We were hanging out in Club Diesel together when they won a cup. My brain just fucking went into an aneurysm. Mike's apartment. What do you got?
How we doing, boys? Hammer Dahn.
How you doing?
Shout out Nicky Skates last night with the Winnipeg. I really thought Edmonton could get at least one game in the series.
Turns out they couldn't.
Shout out Mike Swiss Cheese Smith.
Whoa.
Got him.
Quite an attack.
Yeah.
But
Quite an attack on Mikey Smits.
I got a over half a goal tonight. Joe Jumbo Thornton.
You think?
490.
I don't hate it.
Joey Assist. You think Joey Assist is going to pull into the back of the net?
He hasn't scored yet. I don't think he has a point in the series yet. I think sprinkle a little there, and then also, if you're willing, Joe Thornton for the first goal. I believe I saw it at plus 2,500.
What color Joe Thornton jersey you wearing right now, pal?
I would love for Jumbo to get one.
Yeah, I would not be mad if Jumbo Joe
What
sniped
line
the winner.
is Joe rolling out on?
I don't know where
Probably
he's at
took
in the lineup
Tavares'
anymore.
Is he on the power play?
Oh, yeah. He took Tavares' spot.
What, he's not back yet?
He's not back yet.
They carried him out in
Guy had
a
a
wheelbarrow,
concussion.
dude.
They're still putting his brains back together.
Fucking maybe.
Is this not playoff hockey?
Maybe if the trainers didn't flop him like pizza dough trying to get him
Can't
up.
do that, dude. He was the exorcist for a second.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But is this not playoff hockey?
Listen, I'm with you. When JT's ready, he'll be back out there. Don't worry about that. Just, let's hammer Joe Thornton tonight. I probably wouldn't do that. But.
It'd be one thing if the fucking Pens were losing while JT was on the Isles.
It is a little tough to stomach because the Isles are, let's call spade a spade. They're a Mickey Mouse franchise and they don't really have a ton of star power, star talent, but they got some diehard fans.
Incredible coach.
Barry Trotz owns Mike Sullivan in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're playing at Jackie Moon's fucking barn.
And they buy into the system, and the guys they do have play their roles extremely well, and they fucking battle.
Yeah.
Hey, thank
They
you.
fucking battle.
Trotz knows how to win in the playoffs.
There ain't no
boys.
cement, no skates.
No.
Hey, thank
No
you.
slow
Thank you for your
starts.
time today.
Thank you, boys. Good
Have a
luck
good
tonight.
Thank you. All right, let's roll through these calls.
Go Habs.
Then Gumpy and I will finish MLB, and then we'll call it a show. Dylan from Wisconsin's got a tenny lock.
Tennis?
What's happening?
What's up?
Go.
What up, Dylon?
Hold the phones.
Yep, here we go. Roberto Carbelis Bayana. One, it fits a trend that I hunt. Been hunting it for a long time. It's fading the player in Gale, who big fan of, but he's just been terrible.
Did you say fade the player in jail?
Gale Monfils.
Oh, yeah.
He's a real good. He's old, but he's in a terrible form. 1-4 this year. 1-8 in his last 9, and he's not a clay court player. So take Roberto Carbelis Bayana -130.
Fucking, I'm in. Fucking Roberto Cabrera Bio.
Oh, we're on the clay this weekend?
Where it's not the French Open. It can't be.
I don't know. That's what he said, that guy's not a clay player.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're
Must
on
be
the clay.
tough to be a clay player.
Fucking Rafa's been doing it for years. What are we talking about?
His knees are shattered.
Oh, no, the French Open has started.
I missed that one.
I feel like the French Open normally has a little more
Juice?
juice. I haven't. Has Rafa gone out yet?
Is Rafa still playing?
Yeah. Kidding me?
Come on, dude.
Kidding me, dude? I need to find the odds-on favorite to win the fucking Open, dude. What are we doing here, pal? Are we a gambling show or not?
Should ask Nigel about this.
Featured, upcoming. I need a fucking tournament price on
May
this.
24th to June 13th.
Yeah, it's a fortnight.
This tournament's a fucking month long.
It's a fortnight, my friend.
Jesus.
Grand Slam Futures, Wimbledon's, U.S. Open. Where's the fucking French? Whatever, dude.
It's Nadal's throne.
I can't get a fucking tournament price on this.
Yeah.
Whatever. Maybe I'll get a live. Let me check the live line. Nope. Whatever. Congrats to Rafa for winning the French. As I'm saying this, he's probably not playing in it.
Yeah,
But I assume he is.
yeah.
Okay.
Well done, Rafa.
Shout out Rafa.
Another win.
Chase from Nashville's got a MLB prop. Chase?
What up, boys? Hammer Dahn.
Hammer Dahn.
Hammer Dahn. So tonight we got a fun pitching matchup in Chicago. We got the first in the NL Central, my St. Louis Cardinals. And we got the first in the AL Central, the White Sox. It's a fun pitching matchup. Flaherty, Giolito, both high school teammates. Would like to parlay their over-under on strikes, but I don't want to bet with my heart. I know how that works out usually. So Flaherty's at 6.5. Gio is at 7.5. What do you think about their strikeouts, boys?
Thank you, Chase.
Good breakdown, Chase.
Great breakdown. I believe I handicapped this game.
Yeah.
I didn't take anything.
You didn't take this one?
Who was I supposed to take? Giolito?
Nah.
Oh, you wanted... I know why I didn't. I wanted to take the White Sox, but they were too... The price was too much.
Yeah.
So you thought Flaherty undefeated as a dog, price is too good not to take.
Yeah, and Giolito, beside his last start, has not been great of late.
I know.
That does worry me because maybe he's getting back to form. But
See, Giolito's minus 142 on the money line, but I want to say he was higher on the first 5 money line. Like it was
yeah, it was
minus 130 now.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember. It was from this morning. Do I want to take him now? No. Go ahead. You take Flaherty.
Yeah, 8-0. 2.53 ERA, last 19 innings pitched, 2 earned, 19 Ks. You're going to give me him plus a half. I will take it.
What's the plus a half line?
Minus 120.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I kind of want to take the fucking White Sox just to fucking go head to head with you, pal.
Go on.
I'm not going to. Okay? I'm fucking not going to do that.
Do it.
Brian from Bama, what do you got?
Do it.
Hammer Dahn, boys.
Hammer Dahn, boys.
I'm done, buzz.
All right, so I just have a quick question.
Okay.
So I was trying to do a parlay yesterday in baseball.
Parlay.
And I saw, I forgot what team it was.
Okay.
But the first 5, one of the teams was minus a half or minus, let's say like 120 or whatever.
Okay.
But the money line was for plus money.
Okay.
Why do they do that?
Hold on a second. Oh, it had to have been not. It wasn't the money line. It was the result line or whatever it is. The first half result, because you takes the tie out.
Yeah.
So if they tie in the 5th inning, you lose.
That is, I get a lot of people ask if it's why you don't take minus a half, because if you take money line and it ties, it's a push, and that is a beautiful thing to have in your back pocket.
Give me a push option.
Yeah.
So you were looking at the first half result, which takes the tie out of it for the first 5, so you can't draw. That's why. I would assume so.
Checks out.
But minus a half being minus 120, and then the draw line or the result line should be similar.
You'd think so.
So I don't know, to be honest with you. Like the White Sox first half result minus 105, first to win the first 5.
Yeah.
First half run line minus a half, minus 102. They should be similar lines.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened. Maybe it was just a fuck up with the sports book or whatever. Forget everything I just said, but it kind of worked. So don't forget everything I just said.
There we go.
Just like take it with a grain of salt and stuff.
Checks out.
Sam from St. Louis, what do you got?
Yeah, what's up, fellas?
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good, Sam.
Yeah, you guys turned me on to those first inning draws a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
I got a couple tonight. I got St. Louis versus the White Sox.
Yep.
First inning draw.
Flaherty and Giolito. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
Yep. And then Kershaw versus Greinke with the Dodgers and Astros.
Not taking.
Yeah.
Not taking that one. But go ahead.
And maybe even Nationals versus the Reds as well. But
red legs. Dead legs.
Good luck on that one, Sam. I don't. The Dodgers and Astros, they both hit those pitchers very well.
Do you guys have by the way, great show today, boys.
Thank you.
Who's the dude with the lettuce?
That's Drew Dinsick.
Mr. Whale
He's from
Capper.
NBC Sports Bet NBA.
He's a whale capper?
That's his name on Twitter.
@whale_capper is his Twitter name.
Because he's big time capper.
It's a good name.
Big whale.
Big fish.
He is big fish. Show's been good though, by the way.
Thank you.
Do you guys have a record for like the phone call? How the callers have done? How the Hammer Dahn boys? I assume it's mostly men calling in. Do you have a record for the callers?
They're just so all over the place. I could start tracking it though for sure.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea so that when these people call in, maybe there's a little bit of legitimacy. Now, are they just losing every time they open their mouth?
No, there's some winners. We normally give them a shout out the next day if they do.
I remember I answered phones for this show last week, and
that one guy yelled at you.
Yeah, Will.
The one guy apologized for the
Pacers?
Lonzo Ball, 17 reverse dunks. Yeah.
Mississippi.
Yeah.
Will.
17 windmill dunks did not
He came
happen.
on Spaces on Saturday night and apologized.
Who did he apologize to you? He owes me an apology,
He said
too.
to everybody.
Oh, okay. 'Cause Foxy and I got the private conversation when I was answering the calls back there. Foxy sent this over. He said, "Do you remember you and this guy getting after it? We were fuck you, no fuck you type call." He was awesome.
Really?
Yeah, he was wrong though.
Yeah, he said he was way off.
He was wrong though.
He's out of line.
But I kind of believe with him towards the end of it, so I thought he was a good caller. I didn't know how you guys. How are you guys doing? Are we still winning? Is this show still at like? Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Steven last night.
These are real stats too, right? Like you guys are actually winning.
Well, last night I was 2-2 on Diamond, then 1-0 in NBA.
Let's go, dude. And this is just a run, you guys. Is it because you guys spend all day trying to find or hunt winners out there? Is that really what you think? Like, is this going to be a sustained thing? This is unbelievable.
At least for baseball, I feel pretty confident about baseball season being sustained.
I think more people should be talking about how good you guys are doing. I have a lot more money in my account now than I did before, and I just blindly follow.
You talk about it, so that's good.
I'm excited for Euros, man. We got games at 9, noon, and 3 all day long.
The World Cup of Euro.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
And
It's
you
gonna
are
be fucking-
it's unbelievable. You guys are just handing out money.
It's going to be
I
awesome.
might get my sleeve finished this summer if enough Euro players have it.
Italy kicks off the tournament.
You did start your sleeve at the World Cup.
Last World Cup I got started.
Yeah. Because how cool everybody in the World Cup had it.
I got this half done.
Yeah.
But see, this side you still need.
The World Cup ended.
The World Cup ended and I lost my motivation.
Out of time.
But if the Euros come back,
it's going to be a good tournament, man. There's a lot of good teams. I think it's really up for grabs.
I just want to let you guys know, though, this is very impressive what you're doing. I know you guys probably catch a lot of heat whenever you lose because people lose money alongside you or whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, people have been decent lately.
Well, that's because you guys are winning.
Yeah.
You guys are on a train right now, dude.
People have been more nice than usual of late.
Well, they should because you're making everybody. It's unbelievable. I would like more people to know about is what I'm saying.
Also, when you're giving out picks every day, it's easy to bounce back. Like the bad day, if you bounce back the next day, you're good. It's not like when there's days between
NFL
show where
Sunday,
when you're
Sunday.
like, this guy fucking stunk last
But let's
week.
be honest,
You got to
we
eat
are
it all
all
week.
we're just playing for the NFL season.
Well, I think sports gambling is too. Everybody's like, we need to get into states before football because the amount of money that is wagered.
It's absurd.
But you guys, I think, I've really enjoyed baseball season. I haven't watched a single game. I've seen Shohei Ohtani hit more home runs than everybody via highlights and stuff like that. But we're just making money off it. I want to let you know I appreciate your guys' work, and it's incredible stuff. And if these records are real that you always tell me every time I ask, unbelievable, unfathomable, needs to be a movie or a book someday.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you for letting us do this because I know it does take a lot of time every single day.
Well, thank you for committing to the time to do it every single day.
No, I meant
Oh, the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, were you worried at all you weren't going to be able to do every single day? Imagine if you guys didn't figure out the first 5, what you guys would be trying to figure out what to do. You'd figure it out, I think.
Yeah, I've been on the first 5 for like 3 years now, so it's.
Oh, you knew it was coming.
Yeah, I've been on it for a while.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hey,
brother.
good show today,
Doggy
boy.
daycare.
Yeah, dude, not just doggy daycare too. I got the whole zoo, dude. It's a fucking problem.
Those cats will sneak up. I was like, because when I was staying there, I was like always worried about the dogs, but then I was like, God damn, these cats eat more food than anybody.
And
dude.
if you even look at where the treats are, they will come as a pack, a pride, and they will kind of peer pressure and bully you into giving them treats, and then it's like they go to the next thing that they want. It's kind of a team there. Yeah. The dogs
are just 2 completely different dogs. Val just chills. You get up for 1 second, Chuck is fucking on you.
Yeah, they're living 2 different lives.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's been fun, and I appreciate you doing that, by the way. Good guy.
Anytime.
Went on a long walk with the dogs yesterday. Neither of them ran away. I mean, here we go.
Got it all figured out.
I'm doing it. As long as they're alive and accounted for, it feels like I got a job done. But I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Pat.
What's going on with the Pens? Okay, we betting on them obviously tomorrow. Must win.
I took them to win the series. I don't think they ain't dead. They can't go down.
Jari
like
stinks.
You can't go out first round 2 years in a row like this, man. I just feel like they got to bring the juice.
The price
man.
on tomorrow's game is a coin flip. It's -108 Pens, -108 Islanders.
Yeah, so I got Pens to win that game.
Yeah.
As long as Jari doesn't forget how to play.
You think they're going to
hard.
win the series,
Plus
Pat? I think
240?
Yeah, plus 240.
Yeah, go ahead and hammer it. Those are the 2 bets I'd like to hammer down on.
It's a good bet.
It's a good hammer, dude.
It's heavy.
Look at that merch coming soon too.
You guys got a merch?
Yeah.
Hammer coming?
We got
Yeah.
No,
I was
we
about to
can't
say, from
mass
our
produce
store?
Hammer.
Oh no, shirts. Sorry,
I was so pumped. I was like,
custom
bro.
hammers.
I must have been out of touch with the store. I didn't know we were able to sell hammers.
Custom hammers would be electric.
I was pumped for you guys. All right, good luck out there.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Pat.
brother.
All right, before we get out of here, Gumpy, let's go over our MLB bets again.
Yes, sir.
I got first 5 Marlins minus 135. First 5 Cleveland minus 134. First 5, we didn't talk about it. I got the Padres in Milwaukee under 3.5 with Musgrove and Burns. Didn't feel like taking a side.
I wanted to take Padres again, but it would be one of those
Fucked
just
me
to
last
get
night.
back
Didn't
from
wanna do
last
it.
night. Yeah, I can't do it.
Dodgers minus 118 versus Houston. I like Kershaw better than I like Greinke right now. Can't wait for you to be on the other side. It just feels
Welcome
like.
to the Thunderdome.
And then the Giants minus 115 versus Arizona. Gausman is just the better pitcher.
Yeah, I love
what do
that.
you got?
These are all first 5. Red Sox plus a half.
Okay.
Cleveland money line. Cardinals plus a half. Astros plus a half. Giants money line. And then I'm going to take the Athletics minus a half.
I think I was on. Oh, because whoever they're going against is a.
So Logan
rookie
Gilbert,
pitcher
he's
or-
0-2 with
yeah.
a 9.45 ERA. The most he's gone is 4 innings. Cole Irvin is 3-5, but his ERA is 3.59. He had a rough outing last time, but I like this Athletics team, man, and the Mariners have been on a bit of a schneid.
Cool.
And the Grank, I like the Astros getting a half at home.
Gotcha. Good luck tonight.
You too, buddy. Let's heat it up.
Good luck to everyone tonight. Thank you so much for watching the rollover. We put out the tweet. It's at 2250, so head over there if you want to play in that. At Hammer Dahn on Twitter and Instagram. Keep subscribing. We can't thank you guys enough.
There's no lines yet for Euros, but
No,
they haven't even
just
named
futures.
Yeah, they haven't even named their squads, really.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big decisions. I mean, Spain not taking Sergio Ramos. Like, holy
I can't wait.
fuck.
I can't wait for that. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, 4 p.m. YouTube. Hammer Dahn. Hammer Dahn.